challenges is finding the right song that feels right, that sits. And I kept looking all week for something that would do it, and then I think it was yesterday, I just typed in world in my iTunes, and that came up. And it seemed to me it just fit because this year our theme for Center for Spiritual Living is creating a world that works for everyone. But I like to say creating a world that works for everything, not just the humans, but the birds, the fish, the little four-legged creatures of all sorts. And this month, of course, it's a kinship with all life. And this week's particularly, it's about the kinship with all life prospers. And I looked up the word prosper, and that always, every definition I kind of found was to do with basically money. Money's good, yes. Money's great. However, I like the word flourish better, because to me flourish kind of indicates in every part of your life, not just your financial situation, but in your family, in your love, like relationships, in your employment, every situation where you flourish and you, I'm going to use the word thrive. That's a little inside joke there, but someday I may explain it. One of the questions that came to me was, are you feeling that all your needs are met on a day-to-day basis? And if not, why? I mean, that's a question I have to ask myself. Why? I mean, because we're so set on not enough. I think and the greatest thing around that is the fear. The fear that holds us so tight to the past. Like say maybe the way we were raised, if we were raised in a household that didn't have a lot of money, didn't have a lot of extras, and all, so then we believe that that's the way our life has to go. And that's not true. That definitely is not true. And there's so many things, like in the reading today, or when I was doing about asking for prayer support, and one of the things he mentioned was time. We don't believe there's enough time. We don't believe there's enough money, that we don't get enough support, that there's enough jobs. I remember one time this one minister saying that okay, when the job market was really, really not looking very good, and somebody's looking for a job, and she had said, you're only looking for one job. You're not looking for 1,000 jobs, 100 jobs or more. You are looking for one. So don't focus on all the negative, because that one job is out there for you. And so if we focus on that, that's one thing. We tend to focus so much on the negative and not the positive. And sometimes the negatives are more devastating. Like in that video, that was devastating to that whole country, the whole island, and to all the people there. And the good that did come out of it, the support and the help they got from all the different people around the world, why can't we do that all the time? Why does it take something so horrific like an earthquake or any of these devastating things that happen for people to come together? I don't understand it. And one of the things I look at too is that even the fear that drives us so much in our lives, and the beliefs that we hold on to that we need to shatter and just kick them to the curb, flush them down the toilet, whatever you have to do, the garbage disposal. Just allow them to go away and to stand in the positive. We have this imagined, I was reading somewhere on the internet and it came up, and I love this terminology, it's imagined scarcity. imagined scarcity. We believe that there's not enough, that if I get what I need or I want, then you won't get yours or you won't get yours. Or if you get yours, I'm not going to get mine. Which that's not true either. There's plenty to go around. And there's people that have an exorbitant abundance. They're actually, sometimes they're actually living in fear. Fear that they will lose that abundance. So they hang on even tighter. The fear that drives us is just something that, is so, it's killing us in a lot of ways. There's one thing I found in the Science of Mind book that it says the divine cannot lack for anything, and we should not lack for anything that makes life worthwhile here on earth. And we shouldn't. If we need something, we should be able to get it. Like food, housing, medical care, whatever it is. You were mentioning the veterans. That's one thing that really irritates me is they go off and fight, and yes, they do give their lives, a lot of them. Some give parts of their bodies, and yet they come back, and what do they get? I experienced some of that when I came back from Vietnam, yet I just ignored it because I was on a different plane. I went into the bottle instead. That was my comfort. Like, we all have our different comfort things, sometimes. Then the comfort things can turn on us. They become our enemy. But sometimes the enemy is good, because the enemy will allow you to see, and you'll be able to shift in your life. Because shift has to happen in our lives for us to flourish, for us to support each other. And in some of the outline for the week, the question came up: what are we doing for other things on this planet? And I wanted to say, are we good stewards of the life that we have, of our surroundings? And in a lot of ways, we're not. We are shifting in that with particular, I would say, in Santa Maria, in Washington, probably one of the leading ones in shifting the ideas and the beliefs and all the things that, everything is so throwaway now. And where does all this throwaway stuff go? It goes into landfills that stay there for hundreds of years. Certain things aren't going to. But slowly but surely, they're coming and developing things that are safe, or they're better for the environment, let's put it that way. And caring for our animals, for the ones that are tortured, and the ones that are like I believe it was the gorillas in Africa that we hunted, and all the different animals being hunted for just for fun. It's not that they need them for food. I'm on a soapbox here, I guess, but it's my soapbox. I have never understood why you have to go hunt just to kill something. I understand for food, because I believe that's part of the circle of life. But when you just go out to kill something, just to kill it, so you can mount the head on your wall, or not even do that, I don't know what. That's not taking care of our planet. That's not taking care of our life. And so what do we get out of that? We get out of life what we put into it. So I don't believe that sometimes we are doing, we are good stewards. I think sometimes, so many times we just take, and we don't give back. There was a line in several times spoke in that we're saving our own lives. And it didn't hit me. I've watched that thing I don't know how many times the last couple of days, till just now, sitting here. We are saving our own lives by helping others. We're saving the life on this planet. We're saving another person, another living thing. We just need to get out and do it. Some of us think somebody else will do it. I know I have that a lot of times, but somebody else will do that. Somebody else will do that. But if everybody thought somebody else would do it, it's not going to get done. There's a one quote here. It says, "Spirit permeates my consciousness and environment. It is only as you live affirmatively that you can be happy. Knowing that there is but one spirit in which you live, move, and have your being, you are to feel the spirit, not only in your own consciousness, but in all your affairs. You are united with all. You are one with the eternal light itself. The presence of spirit within you blesses everyone you meet, tends to heal everything you touch, brings gladness into the life of everyone you contact. Therefore, you are a blessing to yourself, to humankind, and to the day in which you live." Sometimes all it takes is a smile to change somebody's perspective for the day. To a word, a kind word. Maybe a gesture of some sort. If we'd share more of that, it would be heaven if we could do that. And Ernest Holmes, in one quote I found, it said, "Never limit your view of life by any past experience." Like I said earlier, we don't, just because we come from some place in our childhood, in our past, doesn't mean we have to stay there. There's so many times I find that people blame others, blame other people, blame their situation, blame society, blames everything. Everything contributes to that, yes, I agree. However, sometimes you have to get up and do something yourself. Like when we do prayer, we say, treat, which we use for prayer, treat and move your feet. And that's a very powerful thing. Because there's certain things in life we need to do to set things in motion. I've said it before, if you're hungry, you're sitting on the couch and you're sitting there starving, the food's not going to jump out of the refrigerator and run into your mouth. Somehow you're probably going to have to get up, go out there, and get the food. So when we do treat and move our feet, we're moving in a forward direction. And that to me is in this life, if we can move in a forward direction and reach our hand out, reach out to anyone in need and share this life, because they share back. It's unbelievable sometimes the things that happen when you just share a little bit of yourself, because we are all connected. I love the movie Avatar, the one scene when all the roots go down and they're all connected, and it's just. And it's what I kind of picture as all of us and all of life, that we are connected. We're invisibly connected. We're connected by what they had said in there, by the love. And to me, that's the greatest thing in this life. Is the love that we can share with everything. Plants, animals, humans. In the Bible, there's the one quote, "For those who have, more will be given, and they will have in abundance. But from those who have nothing, even what they have will be taken away." And I've heard a lot of different interpretations in that. And I was thinking, because it kept coming into my head when I was doing this week, and it's like, even that will be taken away. And it's all in our belief system. If we believe that we aren't going to have anything, that there isn't enough, guess what? There won't be. Because life is kind of like a mirror. And those with the strongest belief, of course you're going to manifest. You're going to draw that to you what you want. So we need to shift from that idea of lack and limitations and that other thing that we are not enough. So many of us a lot of times feel that we aren't enough, that we have to be all this and more. I always thought in life that I would have to do something, I guess grandiose would be the thing, something, inventing some cure for cancer, or, something that, really big. But it's not. It's the little things. The little things that we do to how we treat each other. To have compassion. To have that love that unites us, that binds us. And that's the kinship that binds us together in life. Because we are connected, whether we like it or not. But I kind of like it. Because in some sense, that makes me feel that I am not alone. I'm not on this path. Yes, I am on my path in some ways, but I'm also on the path with others. We're moving in this one direction. We're moving forward, hopefully, and not backwards, to creating a world that works for everything, for everyone and everything. And there's an invitation I would like to send out to you for the week, maybe once or twice a day. Is every time you see, say, a plant, a person, a dog, a cat, a bird, whatever, just silently, or if you want to do it verbally, just say, I bless you, and I wish you great joy. And because you're giving that out, it can't help but come back. So I bless you, and I wish you great joy. Because that can only open up and give something greater to the world. So I want to end this with a song that was written by, I think, Becca Palm. She's the music director over at WCSL. And it was written for this theme of kinship.
All life is like him. Everything's a part of me. Animals and rocks and trees, I relate responsibly. All life is like him. Everything's a part of me. cares. All life is my care. Everything's a shade, and shrubs and trees, cloudy lanes, swans and leaves. All life is my care.
So I bless you, and I wish you great joy. And so
So it is.